Winzig. Come on, Winzig. Was that Buchka? Come on, Buchka. I don't feel like playing today. Perfectly. You remember Eartha Kitt from Batman? The early Batman? When I was a kid, when I saw that, I was totally enamored by that woman. Just the way I thought it was dead. Eartha Kitt, Catwoman. Hang on. Oops. Sorry, folks. Oh, I know. They already... The roof's on. The windows are in. The door is on. Start insulation, the rest of the ductwork for the air conditioning. All the lines are in already. You don't want to? I know some, just like the raccoons, squirrels are funny too. I have a whole bunch of squirrels, and every one of them's different. Some climb my legs, some don't. Some I can trust that won't bite my finger. Other ones, don't let them bite you. I liken a squirrel bite to, have you ever touched when you're plugging a plug in and you have ever accidentally touched a neutral line or whatever and get zapped? That feels like a hammer hits your thumb. Well, that's what a squirrel bite feels like. They're terrible. Hi, man. It's so nice to see everybody here. Feels like it's an intervention. My closest friends hanging out. Now we gotta tell you something, Jeff. We've been talking it over, and we think you need help. Relax, don't do it. When you want to get to it, relax, don't do it. Was it Jamesy's? What? Jamesy? No, it's not Jamesy's. Thanks, Sassy. What you doing? Yeah, it's if you don't get them from a baby and raise them right and keep them as an indoor pet, you will, and they'll still cause trouble. But just like ferrets are cool as, get out. I don't have, that's like having 6 2-year-olds around your house all day long. Hi, James. You're gonna be upset, dude, because I have no marshmallows. because you're not James. I'm sorry. My wife used to have a license plate when we lived in Mississippi, and it said ID hole. It's IDEHO, ID hole. And it was, ID. She was like saying she was the hoe as a joke. However, the pastor one day said, "Is that your car, guys?" Yeah. Don't you think that license plate's a little improper for a Christian? Huh? Yeah, I guess. So we changed it. That's funny. ID-ho. ID-ho? Winzig. Come on, Winzig. No, bow-legged. You're bow-legged. Yeah, there you go. Oh, is that Buchka? Is that Buchka? Yeah, that's Buchka. Buchka's a boy. Come on, Buchka. You can do it. You can do it. Don't look at me like that. Just go up there and get it. Score. There we go. I watched like one episode of the new Beavis and Butthead, and I'll stick with the old one. No, he hasn't. He just stares at my hand, so, Now he'll grab the cookie if it's on the ground, and I'm holding it, but that's not the same as handing it to him. See, come and get it. Come on. Buchka. He's bow-legged, watch you. Yeah, I guess you're not gonna watch that. No, it wasn't my thumb, it's my finger. My finger's damaged because that's what you get when you push other people's buttons. The doctors were coming in. I said, see what happens when you push other people's buttons? That's why I'm in the hospital. Buchka. Come on, silly. He's got a load in his diapers. That's the way he walks. And you can see my finger. It's better. Ta-da! That's just where it was really bad. I'm bending my finger. I'm still exhausted from the antibiotics and the other medications they got me on. My knuckle bone sure hurts though. Boy, I'll tell you. We just had to scrape a little bit. Scrape my ass. It feels like you took the whole knuckle out. Took the cartilage out and everything. No, it was because of the myelin sheath. So he had to cut that sheath open that holds the tendon in there. And slice that all the way down. So that tendon has been repaired. And luckily, I have feeling in my finger. A little numb, a little tingly, but it's not as comfortable as a rock in your shoe, but it is, you know. You just have to smoke more cannabis. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm sorry, but I don't smoke on camera. It's better than taking pain pills. Well, I'd rather have some pain pills. However, I don't have any, so. And it doesn't hurt that bad that I need pain medication. But instead of taking Tylenol, I'll smoke cannabis. Or instead of taking ibuprofen, I'll smoke cannabis. I'm just a flower guy. I'm not a dabber and a hookah guy and bongs and all that stuff. And roll me up a fatty. No cigar, just like the old days. Yeah, but I just no. I do have a little efficacy about myself, and I'm not in a foul mood like I was yesterday. And excuse me, previous days. Ooh, did you see that cat run by? That cat was running, or that was a raccoon. I ain't never seen a raccoon run that fast before, though. But I realized, I was in a crabby mood, and I don't normally swear. I'm not a cusser, unless it's, to make a point. And I was just foul mouthing all the way around. And I can't blame it on booze or anything, because I don't drink, so. I really thank you, folks, for hanging out. Yeah, they're my wild pets. They're Matthew. Matthew. Oh, well, thank you, Melanie. Thank you. Where'd it go? Where'd y'all go? Zik and Bushka. These guys are fighting with their what? Oh, I'm just, yammering. There was a cat that ran by, I think. I don't think it was a raccoon, because I don't think a raccoon can run that fast, but. So I guess I spooked everybody. Did you guys check out the full moon last night? Or this morning, rather. It was beautiful this morning. I was live for a little bit. It was cold out. It was like 26 degrees. All my plants died, except for my pineapples. All my papayas are gone. No more papaya. Maybe the tree will make it. Yeah, we hadn't had this cold weather like this since 1898 or whatever. That's cool on FPL. It tells you how much electricity you use for the day, compared to air conditioning and heating. And it's like, because I keep my house at 74, and it's been running all day because it's cold out. It's only been like 52, so that's a 20-degree difference. And but it's only like $4.80 for the day, to heat my house and heat my stove and everything. Is all electric, so FPL does have really good rates cross country, even though we have to pay for the all the hurricane repair and everything. A little extra tax on it. It's still I don't even use 1,000 kilowatts a month, and my bill is like $92 or something like that. So there are benefits of living in Florida. Air conditioning's pretty not that much, you know, not that much more than that. $5 a day. But I have an old system too, so I have the original. This house is 17 years old, and my air conditioning is running fine. But my yammering. Well, come on. Oh, I'm gonna lose my connection. Shoot, I forgot. There's Jupiter. I hope I still have connection. Hey, what are you doing? Hmm. Hi, Walker. Oh, yeah, you're running everybody off. You just had a litter. How could you be nursing again? That's why she was fighting with the one yesterday. I found out that was Ada. That's what Ada is Walker's last baby, and now she just well, Ada's about 7 months old. So yeah, Walker can hear the trip. Walker, come here. Walker. So I still have connectivity, folks. You still hear me? Can you hear me now? I missed the telephone. Walker. Yeah. It's a Winzig. Hi, Winzig. Good girl. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Walker. Walker. Yeah, you're eating crazily fast. So you gotta eat and run. Come on, Lindsay. Lindsay. Good girl. I didn't know you can zoom in on your YouTube thingy. Hey Taylor, hello everyone. Hello, hello. She-huh, she-huh. That's what I do when I see your name with it. I think that's cute, your name. She-huh. Marco, what you doing, huh? Oh, Lindsay, you're being nice. That's cool. Oh, I used to love to watch Hee Haw. Oh, yeah. A young, just turned teen boy watching that stuff. As a city boy, I always wanted to travel to the South. They sure dress fancy down there. I love the pitter patter of the feet. Pretty cool. Um, it's real funny right now because there's nursing mothers and they're out and about and back and forth and throughout the day coming in and out. And then you have a lot of males. However, they can't mate with all these females because they're all brother and sister and cousin. So they've been traveling far and away and then coming back. So um, as like a month ago, they would all come at one time and I would have 25 or 30. So, but now they're all still coming back, all the same ones, just at way different uh, time patterns. It's mating time here in Florida, anyway. Oh yeah, was that on TV, regular TV? Okay, ABC, I think, right? Oh, you don't see raccoons with rabies that often. That's a fact. I guess because it's known that they have had them before. But I think more people get bit by dogs that have rabies than people that get bit by raccoons. I may be wrong, and don't take me for 100% because I am not a professional. Right, Walker? Yeah, see? Doing a cookie, see? Yeah. There you go. Get up there, Wednesday. Use this. There you go. Use the crate. You know, use the crate, do that. I'm sorry, you're a dudette. Oh no, lifetime. Oh no, no. Sorry. I'm a man. I don't go to Lifetime or and other we channels. Women's entertainment. Oh, and Taylor, I saw all of your the snow. What kind of contraption is that there, Melanie? That you're riding in? I saw you riding in. Oh wow! Oh, that would be beautiful to see a mink. Oh my gosh, that's something that yeah, I have to put that on my bucket list. Where do they get minky at? I mean, where does anybody know where they're prevalent? I'm waiting for the moon to come up a little bit more. I'm gonna go out and look. I could probably go in the backyard. In Taylor, I saw mock that you did back in again, and then I saw the motorcycle ring, 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 in the snow. Three different ones for Melanie. I thought that was cool. Oh, maybe Melanie was riding on a river or walking on a river because it maybe would have frozen. Did it freeze your river, Melanie? Yeah, they do that quite loudly too. Kind of like pigs. They, oh, there's the outsiders. Dancer, dancer, I see you. I know you by your tail. You know, I tell you, if you remember all your raccoons and you have a lot of them, and you can remember them all, I would think that that's good mental. There's James. I know it just by how he walks. Come here, James. I'm going to be wrong. Yeah, man, I'm wrong. Let's leave on James's sister. Aw, Awesome. I have to check that out. I don't know if you and you know, guys, I don't try to hop my channel or whatever, but is it Ada? Yeah. Oh, hi, Lila. Bite me. Always gives me little bites. And it's cool. But you know, I don't try to sell my channel. But if you look, there's I have a playlist of raccoons and videos. You know, like from, and I remember a lot of these too, with the you know, raccoons and commercials. I think some of them are pretty funny. Finger looks pretty good. It's getting there. See all my calluses from. That's where I got some. I found my pictures of my hand from my when I had my Dupuytren's surgery, where they slice open your whole hand, and it looks pretty cool. I'll put picture. It's not video, so I'll put a little montage. Whoa, chill out, baby, chill out. I thought it was James. It's Leela though, so that's James's sister. So I saved these for James because he likes the. And these are little teddy bear cookies. Mm. Mm. Oh, your paws are cold. Woo. And I'll tell you, if you folks ever have cuts or scars, I've been using bio oil, and I'm not a spokesman, but I tell you what, that stuff works wonders. I put it on my face. It gets rid of my wrinkles. Not that I have any, but those fine crow feet, you know, that men of a certain age get. Wednesday, Buchka, Buchka, Buchka. And Wednesday. Buchka. Hey, I don't know if you guys know System of a Down. And if anybody's heard a certain song by System of a Down, the lyrics are what really. I told my wife today, I was telling her how much I loved her, and I said, I got some lyrics I want you to look at. And And we both had a little balling out session. But it's System of a Down, Lonely Day. If you get a chance, check out the lyrics. You can watch the video, but the song is pretty tough. When you love somebody, yeah, so go check out Such a Lonely Day, and it's mine. Okay, you're getting awful violent here, lady. You're trying to get that cookie. Now, that's a little baby cookie for little baby coons. There you go, little baby cookie. Alan! Alan! What happened to you, bunny? Oh, dude. Oh, Alan's been gone for 2 weeks, folks. Look at him. He is all beat up. Alan. Alan. I know it's mating season. No, Alan. It's nice to see you. Well, he is 8 years old, and I guess he's always had scars, marks, cuts, bleeding. And I guess, however he fights good enough that he's still alive. Oh. See, folks, this is the wild, you know. And as much as we see the good stuff with the raccoons, we also have to look at the bad. And I can't treat him. He won't let me put stuff on him. He's just got some, he got some bite wounds. Alan, how are you, buddy? Always trips me out how he lays down and scoops his food. No, thanks, folks. You see how fast those raccoons can run? And they set off the alarm. Hi, Alan. No, there's this thing right there. There you go. Use the bucket, son. Hi, Alan. I got some cookies for you. Alan. 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 Good boy, Alan. Yeah, you're kind of hanging low there, fella. Well, hey, folks. I thank you for stopping by. Okay, I'll wait. I'll even wait 10 minutes for you, Taylor, to listen to that song. Hey, it's just us. I'm not here for other people to come by and tell us how to run our channel. This is for us special people in our community. And I really mean that, folks. And Taylor and Melanie and Crypto Coons, all our friends, Kaylin. And I look forward every day. If it's just not the Coons, I know sometimes sitting out here listening to me because it's one-sided. And I don't think it's hard to convey to people. Basically, what you see is what you get. And this is how I am. I'm happy all the time. I'm never pissy. I get pissy, but not, you know, flying off the handle for no reason. No reason to be angry. Anytime you're angry, somebody is trying to steal your joy. And if somebody's trying to steal my joy, that means I'm at war with something or that there's something negative that I need to change. And so I don't mess around with the negative. Not that I don't find it myself when I want negativity. I can't, man, I haven't, Alan wasn't seen since before I went to the hospital. So, and that was almost 2 weeks ago. So, see, I didn't see him for 2 weeks and then he came back. Yeah, I learned that a long time ago. I used to want to impress people for them to like me because we all wanted to be liked, and that's the way a lot of times you grew up in a certain city or societal communities. And I grew up in a very open community in Chicago. Everybody knew everybody. We used to run through everybody's houses, all our friends, their parents. We just run right through, go in refrigerators, but that's when you got your ass beat too. So there was none of that. Oh, we're gonna call 911. Go ahead. But God always directs you to the people that you need to help, and help can just be a kind word to somebody. You know that, right, Taylor? There's a little story about a group of frogs were traveling together one day, and one of them fell into a deep hole, and he was jumping and jumping, and he couldn't get out. And the frogs at the top were saying, "Forget it, man. You'll never make it. It's too high up. It's no good for you." Well, the frog kept trying and trying, and eventually he made it out. See, the premise of the story is the frog was looking at the other frogs, and he thought they were encouraging him because, see, the frog was deaf, and he couldn't hear. But he saw the encouragement of the people of the frog's hands saying, "Come on, come on." And that encouraged him enough to jump out of that hole and save his life. So the premise of the story is a kind word can be something that can save a person's life, and a negative word can be what can kill them. So, as if we're followers of Christ, well then that's part of the thing we're supposed to do. So, all right, no more preaching today. That's enough. I want to. I have certain friends, not they're. I don't really have any friends. Not that I would call my friends that I remember that I had, like I had in from my teens to my maybe 40s. But since this new generation and I've separated from my friends because we're thousands of miles away, it's a different. It's a different climate now. With I don't have any friends that smoke cannabis with. All the people I hang with are all squares. They're all drinkers though, and then they all knock and they drink and drive, but yet they talk about the people who smoke pot. No, but pot smokers, they're trying to legalize this shit. And here you are driving to go get another bottle of Cavassier or something because you're privileged. That's not such a. So I don't like hanging with them because it's I can hang and big deal. Just I can't live in that fake. To me, that's a fake world. And you're not trying to be somebody you're not and to get acceptance. And all I need is the Lord and Savior to accept me. And if I do that each and every day, then that's all I have to please. Because I'm not here to please mankind. I used to think I had to. You got to kind of please mankind in order to get ahead in life, and you got to be motivated. Am I making any sense? I'm sorry. I'm not even looking at the. Friends are very important, and I will tell you that I feel a lot in a. Don't, don't take me the wrong way, Taylor and Melanie or whoever else is there. I don't take the words that you tell me and that you type in and leave a comment very lightly. I take it very seriously because if you didn't believe in what you saw or typing in there, you wouldn't say it. I don't think you're fake people that you're just gonna light somebody up. I see your comments on other channels, and you're very truly all have said nothing but comments of positivity and encouraging words, and um, you guys were representing. So, and that's why I think I really enjoy our community because you guys ain't just you're not FOS. So, and I thank you for that. There's got to be a way we can like live stream and people talk. And you guys can talk and I can hear you. That would be great. I don't know if we can you do that. Anybody know? Does anybody know about OSB software? Uh, I only got 9 people here, so. But you know what? There's too much ugly, but I believe that there's more beauty in the world because I see it all the time. There's a lot of people struggling and they're just searching and they're just wandering aimlessly through, kind of like, kind of being, like Moses was out in the in the wilderness and Abraham and just wandering and wandering and wandering, and everybody's going, where are you going? It's complain, 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 and everything was, all their needs were being met, but they got tired of it, you know? And that's kind of like for me, a lot of my life was just wandering, you know, aimlessly through life, not having a purpose, believing in God, but not really, you know, God's just there, you know, whatever, I'm going to do my own thing. And he kept calling me to the side, and it's, man, I'll tell you, it was the best ride I ever got on. Hopping on it's not the Jesus train. It's, my Christianity is a spirituality, not a what man would think my relationship should be. Because I don't care what man thinks about my relationship with the Lord. All I know is how He blesses me and continues to keep me protected and guiding me through my whole life with experiences that are freaking just unbelievable. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not a. I could sell snow to the Eskimos and fire to Satan. However, my wife would say that means I'm a good bullshitter. But come here, hey, get your ass over here now. At least Tony Two Toes is here still. Answer, answer. Oh, that's Bialy. Bialy, Bialy. Bialy means white in Polish. Well, it's like I was saying before, Taylor, and I believe you heard me, is a lot of the journeys God had me on were long processes, even when I didn't know Him or when He helped me out. And okay, thank you, Lord, I got it from here. I could do the rest on my own. And of course, that never worked out. But a lot of times we have to go through long, enduring, um, I wouldn't say pain and suffering, but you know, depending on how your outlook is, it could be pain and suffering, but you could be okay with it. And then there's the pain and suffering where you've kind of lost your track or your touch with God, and you're on the outskirts like I've been before, but now coming in relation in a totally different way. I've never been happy about pain before. It's okay. I still got all 10 fingers. Well, 9 3/4. Hey, but you know what? Even if I did lose my finger to a cancer or whatever, I still got 9 more. Might be that way. Um, Man, I got one more day of that stupid Levaquin. Man, one more day. Uh, that's the one that just really knocks my foot in the dirt, so to speak. My arse. No, but the enduring some pain and suffering helps you be stronger for the next time that it comes along, because it will come along again. And the more you get closer and have a relationship with your spiritual father, the more the enemy wants to come at you, because he doesn't want you to be happy. He wants you to be full of joy. You crazy? He wants you to be in torment, be negative, be ungrateful, you know. What about me? What about me? Oh, always me. Yeah. One quick story. A guy had lost his son, and the son died at a young age. And he went to the father, and he was praying. Uh, Wait, no, that's not it. So the father had lost his son, and he was praying to God, saying, "Hey, why did you take my son away from me?" And blah blah blah. I lost my son. You just don't know how I feel. And God said, "Of course I know how you feel. I lost my son too. You know." So, you know, and even Christ had to say, Father, if this, let this pass. If we don't have to do this, don't let it happen. Come on, pops, let me go. And God, to have to sacrifice your own son, kind of like Abraham did. I couldn't do it. I don't think any of you could. Go whack your kid. Yeah. God told me to go whack my kid's head off. Stop. you know. And I think what too many people do is take the Bible so literally that that's what they mean. And you've got to really think in a spiritual term, every sentence, every word, and how it pertains to any of those. They have to understand about the climate and what was going on. It's not like they had McDonald's, and I'm sure they didn't shower about like once a month. If they had to, or maybe they took dirt showers back then. Who knows? But I don't think they had, home goods and Target to go, get their linen from. But if you just compare the inconvenience of how it was, no running water, you didn't have toilet paper. You had to scoot in the yard or scoot in the sand, or hopefully you found some fig leaves to wipe your rear end. And talk about women then, and then you had your women's things every month. It's not like they had stuff to help stop your flow. So you can imagine how no antibiotics. You didn't have and they still dealt with it. And here we are. We have a delivery service in an hour, and we complain about how bad we got it. Man, are we spoiled? And then when people are late with something or you didn't get what you wanted, that's what I mean. That's the way I think, folks. It's just because I am so grateful that every morning I wake up with the precious breath of life and that I could put a smile on God's face every morning. That is my goal. And to be as happy as I can be and share that with others. Giving coffee to the guys across the street. See. No speak English. No ice in your coffee. No ice, no ice. Yeah. And I'm not the first one. They get it all the time. They said in their Spanish way. Oh, I like to cry and whine too. It's okay. Like shit, man. It's 37 cents more for gas over here on this side of town than over there, man. What the, WTF, you know, you know. But that and then it's done and over with. I remember my wife one time, like, honey, why, man? Never mind. What? What did I do? Nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. Well, I know I did something wrong just by how you're acting. You didn't do anything wrong. This would go on for a week or two. What the fuck, man? What's wrong, Beth? I had a dream, and you were screwing so and so, and blah blah blah. And oh, really? Wow. And so she was mad at me because she had a dream about me having sex with somebody else. I said, "Hey, it's your dream. You're the one in control of it." Funny stuff we have. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any more raccoons in here to hang out. So you guys get this cold. You guys get this cold every year, though, right? Correct? Maybe not this cold, but you usually have snow and all that this time of the year, correct? Uh, aren't, let's see. Taylor, you're in Kentucky, and Melanie, aren't you like in Eastern Ridge, Tennessee, or somewhere out that way? And I remember. I did tell you about my traumatic brain injury, didn't you? From a couple years ago. Because we only started this channel a year ago, and it's like 6,000 subscribers watched it. And come on, what a blessing. And I lost 1 million views because I had to take down a video, but totally I almost hit 2.8 million views. So not bad for a raccoon channel. For wild ones. I take great pride in that. I'm still gonna just do what I do here. I'm not changing anything. Though I do have some things worked out for the squirrels and all that. I gotta cut some because they're getting crazy. Like 40 of them today. Gets crazy. I go through 80 pounds or 50 pounds of peanuts a month of the shell peanuts in the shell. Oh, in the Tennessee Ridge, so that's where you're at, Taylor, out that way, out yonder way. Beautiful area. Gosh, my mother had pictures when because her name was Virginia, and she would go there. I went through the Blue Ridge Mountains once. It was some of the most spectacular visual things one can see. I've been to Pennsylvania, and I've been to the UP, I've been to Wisconsin, Vegas, California, Mississippi, Arkansas, Alabama, Louisiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Michigan, Iowa, Missouri. I've been to all those states. I've spent time in every state. And my wife's like, let's go to Aruba. Let's go over here. Let's go. We're going to hopefully get opened up with Cuba. Oh, I want to go marlin fishing, but that's a hope and a promise. But senior moment. Why? I don't want to leave the country and be kidnapped or something. I'll stay in my own country. There's so much diversity in our country. If you really think about, we have desert, we have tropics, we have mountains, we have snow, everything in between, plains and valleys and peaks and oceans, gulfs, Alaskan wilderness, soon to have Greenland wilderness, just take people's countries from them like we stole this land. They don't ever talk about that. Want to kick people out, and it's like, you guys need to kick your own selves out. You're the ones that robbed the country from the brown man here. just take over because you had fancy guns and shit in the ship. I'm sorry. I've been stuck at home and in the hospital for 8 days. So it's been like 2 weeks, man. I've been no riding on my bike, man. I am so cooped up, and I don't want any friends over because I don't want their germs. I don't need no RSV or freaking COVID or whatever people got. So I don't want any friends over here, and so you guys are the brunt of my my bullshit. Well, come on. She likes to stick her tail out. Come here. Stick your tail out. Hmm. Stick your tail out. It's gonna come out. See? Stick your tail out. Hmm. Sideways. Stick your tail out. Stick your tail. Hmm. Stick your tail out. Come on. Hmm. What kind of drag show? What, race cars? One of those drag shows? Or one of those other drag shows? Such a lonely day, and it's mine. It should be banned to have such a lonely day. Yeah, I've been to drag shows. The funniest things you ever seen. And yes, I am a straight male. I just don't approve of all the. No, I don't want to even get into it. My opinions are. uh, but I will tell you, only men should play in men's sports, and only women should play in women's sports. There should be no, unless you have a separate co-ed team. Why is it that girls can play on boys baseball, little league, but boys can't play in girls little league? That's not fair. Why? That's a question I want somebody to answer. Yes, I understand about equal rights, you know, and I, I don't have a problem with it. However, boys baseball is boys baseball. Men's basketball is men's basketball. It's not men's and women's basketball. You know, that's why you have women's basketball, men's hockey, women's swimming. There shouldn't be a dude that all of a sudden got a vagina and now he's gonna no. He's still what? And you want to go with DNA. You got an Audi, you're a male. You got an innie, you're a female. And if you got both, you're a hermaphrodite, and that's rare. So, and then I got to pay for this stuff for insurance. You know, insurance is paying for this shit for these people to get their willies whacked off. Gender reassignment. Be happy with the body that you got. I have this handsome face, and it's a curse because everybody wants to claw and paw at you, and you want your autograph and stuff because you look like other rock stars or something. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry that was one of my personal pet peeves. At least we don't do that here in Florida. That's not allowed. And enough of that. Those transgender bathrooms down here. So. Well, we do give out free advice, free spirit, because it's free. Just like your spirit is free, and I believe all of our spirits here on this channel right now, our spirits are free. Because I know most of us, we all have our problems, but we're still happy. And I think we all have love in our hearts for ourselves, because people have to, some people understand, well, why don't you love? Well, you got to be able to love yourself. You got to be able to take care of yourself, to take care of other people, and to love other people. So many, 80% of people I know live in this false reality that they can change this person. And it's like, people will change when it's ready. You know, they can go to treatment 100 times, and then one day, poof, they're free, you know. And other times they got to keep sticking their hand in the fire and getting burnt. And sometimes some of them don't make it, and they end up in the ground. So, but one thing I learned about spirituality is that you have to be in control of your emotions, because if you allow your emotions to control your way of thinking, then your way of thinking can be slightly askew. And it's when we go askew that we get off course, and then, you know, kind of floating out in the ether and going, oh shit, how'd I get myself here? But if you know God has a plan for you in everything you do, every minute, every second of the day, leading and guiding you, you just got to listen to that voice and start following it and practice, 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 and pretty soon it just, you start living in this my wife and I live in this fantasy life right here, you know, every day with animals and birds and squirrels, and just, you know, we're retired, we don't do much, you know, and plus I'm ill, so, but this has been going on for years. And spiritual growth, man, it's okay to have your emotions. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. But it's what you do with all those emotions and how long you let them be in control of you. Because you have to remember, you're in control of your emotions. Do not let your emotions control you. And when you master those, I'm telling you, that's when you become Zen with your spirit and your God. And I mean, there's a different relationship, and just but that's my journey for me, and I can't tell anyone else that that's the way to get there for you, because, you know, that's why we all have relationships, you know, and each relationship you have with your Savior is your relationship, but there are some commonalities that we all have as being part of this collective. Just like church. I believe church is great for a lot of people, okay? A lot of people need fellowship. Not a lot of people need to be corralled into that to get them to, you got to get people to the knowledge and to understand about God and Christ and what's going on. You got to have that, but I do a lot of see, I'm not into organized religion of any sort. No, I do not I believe in all the spirits of the gifts of the spirits, Pentecostal church, and speaking in tongues and laying hands on people, and I believe in all that, and it's all possible because the Word tells us that these things that Christ did, that we will do more of than what He did. So if He raised the dead, did miracles, don't you think we have that power? No, I don't think the power that we have is to literally raise somebody from the dead. Seeing this is where the spirituality comes in, and that raising of the dead or death are good things. Christ resurrected from the things that was going on in His life. He was raised from the dead. We can raise from the dead from the past that we have, that we've held ourselves captive to. Why I'm the way I am. When I got abused, I got molested, I got beat, I got hurt, I had trauma. I'm all we can have all kinds of excuses. But it doesn't matter. The past you can't change. What's now in your present? What are you doing now to show your gratitude to God for the gift of the breath of life that you have each and every day? Are you going to complain throughout the day? Or are you going to, no matter what you go through, just like Paul? Every place Paul went to, man, that dude was getting stoned, rocks thrown at him, shoes, being thrown in prison. Would any of us want to go through that? To preach the word, to preach the gospel? Do you think any of us would do that? Well, it's like some people have to be in the homeowners association because I want everybody's fence to be the same, and you can't do anything. Tell me how to have my house. What you doing, Ada? What you doing, baby? Mm-hmm. Statue. Is that you, statue? Statue. Statue. Hi, Ada. Statue. Hi, statue. Hey, outsider. Thank you, folks, for letting me preach. Remember, I am not a professional. I also have, folks, for you guys, I will, I don't have it. It's the genealogy of jack shit. Like, oh, you don't know jack shit. I know jack shit, and I know his whole family. So, I have this little, actually, it's not quite extensive, but it's pretty informative about all the cousins and full of shit and hella shit and all the cousins and uncles and different businesses and but it's in my phone. I can't get it now, but I'll have to pull that up for maybe tomorrow, or I'll put it up on the channel if you guys want. It's pretty funny. Just like I have a lot of Confucius. Is that dancer? You gonna spin? Spin. There's my dancer. That's the dancer. You gonna spin? Spin. Good girl. Maybe I'll wait. Yeah, I have the yeah, that's Baby Dancer. And that video that you saw, with her when she was a baby dancer. That was over 3 years ago. Walker and Dancer are sisters. White Eye and Dry Eye were the two males that were no longer with us. What you doing, Ada? But one of the funnier ones is, Confucius say, men with itchy butt have stinky finger. I'm gonna try to get that. I know you are. Uh-oh. I'm on it. Mom. Yeah. Well, hey, folks, I've been on here an hour and a half. Well, uh, Melanie, everyone, Cricket, thank you for stopping by. And Kristen, everyone else, I thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out with us for a little bit. Hanging out with me, listening to me yammer. I do appreciate it. And it's supposed to get down to 35 tonight, so it's going to be cold. These guys aren't used to this cold weather like that because we rarely get it this cold, so. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by. Please be blessed. Remember to love each other. Be patient. Thank you for being here. Have a good night.